morning. Welcome to today's webinars with the titles of pipe rods, weld drawing, weld tables, putting all together to come up with the proper piping's documentation. So I'm William, your instructor for today. So we'll talk about routings in SolidWorks basically today. So let me go to the agendas of today's. Okay. So our objective today is to give you an overview of the sets of tools available inside SolidWorks for routings or piping tubings creation. So we are going to go into some features and talk about that, and we will not go deep into each of it. We will not go deep into how to create all the pipes and so on. Okay, we have proper trainings to do so. So we will talk about pipe rods. We'll talk about how do you create spools, pipe spools, out of the pipe rods. So we'll talk about how do we insert weld. Okay, how do we insert welds into our components? Then we're going to generate drawings and tables out of the pipings, out of 3D components. So a simple steps or a simple flows is that we create the designs. We would like to know the manufacturing cost estimations as well, and we're going to bring it into the manufacturing sites. Of course, we need to document everything, and so that the operators or some other departments are able to look at it. And then will be the marketing and sales sites, how they will need these kind of information to be presented to their customers. And at the end of the day is the customers. They are the ones that are using your routing products. So SolidWorks routings, we talk about pipe rods first. So SolidWorks routings includes all these functionalities. 3D pipes part come with some standards, general components of rod, and then assemblies. Then we have assemblies, which is creating all the rods. And then you have dimension as well, to add in dimensions, which is the starting point, which is the end point, and the overall designs of the SolidWorks routing. So all these questions, the questions will be prompted out where they ask you, what is the specifications? What is the qualities of the pipe rods? How does it being built? How do we plan for the shipping? And what is the cost of creating this rod? And perhaps some labors. So we'll go through all the features and that helps to fill and to answer all these questions. So SolidWorks routing, what is the specifications? So I will show you later on in the SolidWorks interface. So you need to set the requirements. You can set the piping requirements for your jobs or project. So you can filter out for the proper materials, schedule of classes, different types of classes of your pipes. So it comes with a general templates. It comes with a general settings, which is the default settings. It can be also user defined. So there you can also store some certain data to be reused in the futures. And all these are located inside Routing Libraries Manager. So we're going to go to that later. So we're going to look into how do we design the pipe rods. So we're going to separate it into two, the first spools and the second spools. And this is to be broken out into your manufacturable segments, okay, so that you can use it, you can plan it for the shippings or you can plan it for installations. Okay, a huge pipe might have a lot of segments. So separating it into spools would be a good idea. So then what about weldings? Weldings in SolidWorks, since 2012 we have this weld path. So basically you just need to draw through the components and the weld we created. So in these weldings we will talk about how the assembly is being built and how many welds that we need and types of weld that we need, cost of the welds, visibilities of cosmetics, weld symbols. So what are the weld properties? Okay, there is actually a Windows for you to set up all these things. So what is the documentation needed in order for us to send it to the production site? So the smart weld technologies that I mentioned earlier, we'll look into that when we go to the SolidWorks interface. Next, SolidWorks routings and weld data. So all these weld beads data are stores, and you can key in manually. So you can also include this cost data inside the table as well. So so the data can be passed to the drawings, and you can call out a weld table, just like the one shows in the corner. And we are going to generate pipe drawings. So the pipe raw data, the spool drawings. So of course the BOM, weld table which I mentioned earlier. And we can prepare it for the costing based on the tables and BOMs that we have. So let me go to the SolidWorks interface. Okay, so inside SolidWorks, now we're going to talk about how do we create our first route. Okay, bear in mind that I'm just going to give you an overview of certain features. We're not going to go into deep of each of these. So let me just create a new assemblies. Alright, so we start out with a blank assemblies. So we're going to create a pipes, a rod, which is shown in the early slide. So we need to pick for our routing components. So basically, you can find it in the design libraries, putting under the routing. So we're going to start off with one plane, just okay, with one plane. So I'm going to put this in, and when you snap to it, you have different configurations for you to choose from. Okay, with different class. All right. So then this is the default settings or the default configurations or the default class that you use for your pipings and routings components or 3D or design. So where do you can access to all this? How can you set for the default? Okay, I will show you later. So once you insert the flanges, then basically your rod starts. Okay, your rod creation starts from here. Okay, so before we go further, let me bring you to the rod's properties. Oh, it's under here. Okay, so under the rod file locations, if you have routing capabilities in your SolidWorks, you are able to access to this particular library manager. So where does this come from? You can set the general routings template. You can set the piping tubing templates, and if let's say you are designing for harness as well, yes, you can add in that. So what is the units to use throughout the your design sessions? So what is the piping and tubing database that you are going to use? Okay. So you can import data from from the existing data that you have. You can even export this as well. Right. So all the data by default is already inside SolidWorks. So you just need to mix and match to your properties. So the raw properties, so these are the default properties that you use. Okay, it can be customizable. Alright. So what are the size, the default size to use? What are the templates, the default templates to use as well? So including some others in the electricals, in the electronics, cabling, and also harness design. Okay, but today our focus is in here, which is the for pipings and tubings design. So once you're done with your settings, then we are going to moving into to continue our assemblies. Okay, so then let me just bring back. So let me just bring back this. So to generate a pipe's length, you can just simply drag the line, or you can add the dimensions to your line. So in this case, probably I will just use a 3 meter. Okay, so finish this simple pipes with another end with a flange. Right. So once you're done with this, I would like to add in some teeth here. Okay, as you see, it will automatically resize based on geometry. So you do not need to worry that it will give you the wrong geometry. Right? So you can even move this around and you will see that the models update itself. So you might want to add in some valve into the pictures. So choosing any valve, the default valve you have, or you can just add in any valve that you created and put it in, or might as well just download it somewhere. So again, so just placing it to the correct positions, choosing the correct size, and it's done. Alright, so lastly, we want to add another tease here. Okay, so with the default triads, you are able to rotate it straight away. Okay, rotate it straight away without needing you to do any changes. Okay, so if it happens that you want to change the positions again, well, no issue with that. Okay, you can move again. You can do the settings again, moving it back to the exact locations or the original locations. Okay, so the rest will be some sort of like adding in all the proper dimensioning. Just give this 500s and another 500s. So I just give this 400. Okay, so finish up with different types of ranges. Okay, as well. So let me just add up all these things. So basically, we have our first pipings design models done. So the next thing is we would like to define spool, different manufacturing segments. We want to define the weld as well. Okay, using the features that I have mentioned earlier in the slide. So going back here, so if you notice that piping creations is simple. Okay, so if I hide certain components, so you will see that the segment was automatically being trimmed off, okay, to fit into the segment. Okay, it's all being automatically trimmed and resized properly based on your geometry. So now, I've done this and we're going to define a spools for our components. So selecting the correct, let's say I would like these few flanges to be put into one segment. Okay, so done, and it will fall under one spools. So this is your first manufacturing segment. So then I would like to define another spools. So this time is these few components. Right, so we have to, okay, so we have to first segment and the second segment. So later on we are going to generate drawing out of this. Okay, but before we move to the drawings, we're going to add a weld to each of our components. So adding in welds is rather simple. Fall under the features, the weld bit. So instead of choosing a path, so on, so choose the correct size of your billet, what type of size that you want. So just simply put a 2 mm. Okay. So using the weld path, so you just need to draw. You need to draw across the region, and what will be created automatically. As easy as that. Right? And same goes to here. So we have more to do. So this is fast. Let's do this again. Okay. So adding in all to the flanges needed, to the pipes, probably the last one. Right, and click OK. So notice that each, right, mess out a little bit here. Let's make this 2 mm. Mine. So I will just add again. So these are new features came out in 2012 for Weld. Okay, not only be used in the routings. Okay, if it happens that you have weldment parts or structural parts that you require welding, sheet metal parts that require welding, yes, you can do that as well. Right. So once you're done with these, we're going to make drawings out of it. Right. So what are the drawings, or what are the part segments that you want to generate drawing out of? So we can just pick all. Okay. This is the first segments, which includes everything, and spool 1 and spool 2 that we assigned earlier. So the default templates and the BOM templates that we assigned inside the settings earlier. So want to put everything on the one sheet, or we want to separate it into a separate sheet or different drawing, then you have the options to do so. So in this case, I will just use a view on separate sheet. So click OK. We just yes, so auto generates all the drawing, including the balloons. So what does it mean? It means that once you have done with every single drawing, your full means that if you have your full 3D models done, so you do not need to place in one by one anymore. So basically, you have all your drawing generated automatically. So this is one of the piping capabilities. Let me just make this slightly bigger, so you can see this well. Maybe this color. Okay, the other sheet is as well. So the rest is SolidWorks. This color as well. So of course, the descriptions, materials, and so on can be added inside the templates itself, or inside your parts properties itself. Okay, so let me just go to another one. The last one. Make this color as well. So the rest is just fitting it in to your models. So going back to our full assemblies. So previously we have the weld that we created. So again, there's these functionalities called the weld table. Okay, you can generate weld tables based on your components. So it will show you what are the size, what are the weld length, and what are the quantities that have inside your tables. Okay, so right. So with these, all these informations, you are able to generate cost or to estimate cost based on what are the manufacturing process and the cost that you need. Right. So did I miss out anything? Let me have a check. Correction for costing spool. Okay. So basically, simple functionalities that I showed on putting in all the pipings components into our assemblies, then creating, starting our designs of the pipes and tubes, okay, separating into spools, adding in weld, generating drawing, the BOM and also the weld tables. Okay. So before I end that, let me just show you a little bit on how to add further pipings. So now that we have done the first segment, okay. So if we happen to that we want to create further pipes, okay. Of course, what you can do is you can add in more components, or you can just simply put this as one pipe segment. Okay. So then we can add in further. We can further add in a pipe segment. Okay. Adding in more flanges. So clicking to it. So when you click OK, again, it will start off as another new pipe segment, and you can start creating your piping design. Okay, bear in mind that the elbows are automatically being added. Adding ranges. And another pipes will be added, okay, easily. So you don't need to go through the conventional ways of drawing a line and profiles and sweeping it or extrude it to create your pipes. So routing offers you these functionalities to do all these things together with a full set of standard components for you to choose from. Right? So with that, just a simple intros of routings. So if you have any issues regarding routings or want to create pipes or tubes, yeah, before I end, just need to tell you that the routings capabilities only available in Premium, okay, in SolidWorks Premium, okay. It doesn't come with the standards and professionals. So if you would like to know more about this, okay, you can send me and drop me an email. So good day. So I'll end my sessions now.